सर्वे भवन्तु सुखिनः सर्वे सन्तु निरामयाः सर्वे भद्राणि पश्यन्तु मा कश्चित् दुःखमाप्नुयात्. Let all be happy, let all be healthy, let all see auspiciousness and goodness everywhere, let no one have any sorrow whatsoever. These are the prayers of Indian culture, where most of the world is worried about I, me and mine. Indian culture wakes them up to this universal reality of Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam and tells them to pray not for oneself but for everyone. Loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. Guruji just, Acharyaji just prayed. And that is the voice of the rishis. That is the voice of India. That is the voice of spirituality that permeates the entire Indian subcontinent. And what he said is so very relevant. Vedanta Vijnana Sunishchitartha. This Vedanta Vijnana, not simply Sunishchitartha, not simply reading and writing, not Shravanam and Manam. Sunishchitartha means with complete conviction, with clear understanding of what that message is about in Vedanta. Now it's our duty, having inherited this great wisdom from the rishis of the yore, who selflessly have taught it to others. Jnana Danam they have done. And today it is our responsibility as young generation, as the youths of this country, to carry forward this most wonderful, most relevant, most important message for these times to all parts of the world. That would be our true tribute to our Sanatana Samskriti, to our Bharatavarsha, to all the rishis and sages of the yore who have gifted us this ultimate Vedic Upanishadic wisdom. So that should be our effort. And in this direction, for the first time, a regular university like the Sri Satya Sai University for Human Excellence, which is a private university, not necessarily dedicated to a Gurukula kind of Vedic education, is starting a new course, Bachelor's in Vedic Studies. And in this context, we happen to speak to Acharyaji and request his inputs and guidance, and not just input and guidance, but a continued engagement with the university to teach Vedanta, as the main focus is Vedanta. Alongside all the other darshanas and other things will follow. But the most important reason why we should have Vedic studies in our university is to teach the Vedanta Siddhantas. That is the idea. Just now you said consciousness, supraclinical consciousness. This is a very beautifully termed. Ask rishis and they will say, Yato vacho nivartante, aprapya manasa saha. You cannot understand it, you cannot speak about it, you cannot experiment and find out what it is. You have to experience it for yourself. And that is what he was saying. That is going to be the future of research. Research and consciousness is going to be one of the cutting edge research in the coming times. It has already started with the unified field theory and things like that. And in the times to come, I have a scientist on one side and a spiritualist on the other. I'm sandwiched between the two. So that is the perfect balance that Indian spirituality provides. Spirituality on one side, and at the same time science on the other side, in the form of Dr. Shashidhar Prasad, who is a scientist par excellence, and here is a spiritualist par excellence. And our university is the bridge between the two. It should bring spirituality to science and science to spirituality. So that is going to be the future of research, human consciousness, Prajnanam Brahma, as it is said. And that is going to be one thing that we as a university should work towards contributing. Understanding this consciousness which pervades everything. And beyond all the theories and all the experiments of science, there lies this greater truth, which cannot be measured, cannot be calculated, cannot be found by experiments, but it has to be experienced, and that is the contribution of Indian spirituality to the science in the coming years. I had a view of what work is going on, and especially in America now. Many of the universities, including reputed universities like Harvard, they are undertaking research in the field of consciousness, what it is all about. What is this intelligence that is there present in the entire universe, which governs the universe? It has its own set of laws. How does it work? Who is behind this? But this curiosity is slowly, the jignasa is coming to the scientists. Because after having explained everything, there is still something that cannot be explained. And that only can be explained by Vedanta. Nothing else in the world can explain the finest secrets of the universe. Only Vedanta can explain. And that is what he is telling. And we are very much in tune with these thoughts. As a university, that will be our approach to the Vedantic study. And as he said, he is very happy to see young children talking and speaking, and with so much of humility and surrender, these kind of Vedantic truths. And that has helped all of us students in the last 7 months. They were undertaken, especially the university students have undertaken the study of 8 Upanishads. This Kathopanishad in great detail. Other Upanishads also they have gone through, except Chandogya and Brihadaranyaka. It is a little, we need 2-3 COVID-19, 2021, then we can finish. But right now it is good enough with COVID-19, we should do 8 Upanishads. But it is a part of our university syllabus now. So I want to inform Acharya ji that a new change has come in our Gurukulam system of education, and we borrowed the wisdom from Ramayana when Vasistha talks about Sri Rama and his 3 brothers, defines them by 4 quality. Sarvaveda with Shuraha, he says. I told Sarvaveda with Dhiraha. Our children should be Dhiras, not Shuras. We don't have to fight against anyone. Dhira. Kachit Dhira Pratyagatmanam Aikshad. Avrutta Chakshuhu Amrutatvam Icchan. Those Dhiras who want to know the truth, who want to know the self. Sarvaveda with. You have to know all the Vedanta Siddhantas, Vedas, Pete Karmakanda, Jnanakanda. You have to have a good idea of everything. Of course, Advaitic Vedanta is the crest jewel of all the Vedanta. And Dhira you should be. And Sarvaloka Hiterata. They should be engaged in the service of all with this kind of knowledge. Sarve Jnanopasampannaha. They should also have the knowledge of science, humanities, arts, folk, as music, and all traditions of the world. They should have the idea of that also. Sarve Jnanopasampannaha. Sarve Samudita Gunaihi. All good qualities should emanate out of them, like fragrance emanates out of flower. So on these 4 pillars, we have thought about the curriculum of all our institutions, starting from 6th class. So 6th to 10th is study of Bhagavad Gita. It's easy to recite, sing song, children can pick it up, and some bit of explanation. PU college should study the Upanishads. And as we come to the degree courses, then detailed study of Bhagavad Gita, Upanishad and Prasthanatraya. In that, Brahma Sutras will join in the degree level. At PG level, you can continue studying even further in detail all the Bhashyams, and there are enough and more people who have interpreted it. Of course, Shankara Bhashyas are the best and the clear, very clear. All these will become a part of your syllabus. I wonder if I could have become a student again. It would have been so wonderful to join the university back to study these degrees. With all due respect to the science. But you see, this really makes my heart feel so blissful when I even think that our children will get access to such wisdom, and they will have teachers and acharyas like him who will come forward to educate us on this Vedic wisdom. And once we start from here, I'm sure this light will spread to the whole of the world, and you will bring hope, succor, you will bring positivity in the otherwise negative world. You will bring the true purpose to human lives. This is our effort. At the same time, there are divisions which will work on science, there are departments which work on music, fine arts, and things like that. So tomorrow we have the launch of the Bachelor of Fine Arts courses in Nritya and in Sangeeta. These 2 are there. So we'll also learn Carnatic, Hindustani, all the folk music of India, as well as on the Nritya side, Kuchipudi, Bharatnatyam will be the main focus. And through that we will teach, even our Natya Shastra is called Panchama Veda. When 4 Vedas could not be accessed by the common masses, it went beyond the access of them, then many went to Brahma Prajapati and requested, how do we reach this Vedic knowledge to the common masses? And then he said that I will give you the fifth Veda, and that is how Bharata Muni describes Natya Shastra. So if you cannot study BA Vedic sciences, don't be disheartened. You have Natya Shastra also to study something from there. And it is said that Natya Shastra, Pancham Vedam, Seti Hasam Karomyaham. This is what Brahma Prajapati says, that this is the fifth Veda. I shall create and give it to you so that people can learn these Vedic truths in simple folks, like Abhangs we were singing the other day. Such great truths. Nirakara to Nirguna Ishvara. You are only the Nirguna, Nirakara. At the same time, you are standing like Vithala in the temple at Pandharipur. So that is our spirituality. We have Sakara, Nirakara, Saguna, Nirguna, Sarvam Kalvidam Brahma. Everything is Brahman. Where on earth can you find such lofty ideals of spirituality? Nowhere. Nowhere on earth you can find. That is what I keep telling them, that we are so fortunate to having been born in this land called Bharat. Land of spirituality, land of culture, land of traditions. And no wonder why every time God's incarnate in this land, because this is the most sacred of all lands. And therefore we, having been born in this land, the responsibility also is tremendous on our shoulders to keep this light of tradition, spirituality, Vedanta alive, and also spread it to the rest of the world. This alone is the refuge. Nanya pantha ayanaya vidyate. There is no other way. If there was another way, we could have taken it. But the only way out for the world to come out of this crisis and reach supreme heights of bliss, as he said, Ananda, Shrotriyasya cha akamahatasya. Listen, learn Vedas, Sunischitartha, complete conviction and clarity, and become akamahatasya, become desireless. If you study Vedanta, you will become desireless or naturally. The moment you know everything is Brahman, what is there to desire? Do you desire for your own foot? Do you desire for your own hands? Do you desire for your own face? Everything is you. And that idea will dawn upon you, and all desires will simply vanish. Vidyate hridaya granthi, chidyante sarva samshaya, kshiyante chasya karmani, tasmin drishte paravare. Having realized that truth, all your doubts will vanish, desires will disappear, bondages will drop, all your karma, the karma and karma prabhava, this chakra, will break. When? Tasmin drishte paravare. When you realize that higher truth, the paravare, that one, then you become free from all this. This is the gift of Vedanta to the world, and we are so very excited, we are so very hopeful and positive that such a course is beginning now, and we have the blessings of, as he said, all the rishis, and we have the blessings of Acharya ji and the likes who will assist us in teaching it in the right way to our children, the simplest way, easiest way. And he's a great Pandit in Sanskrit, and he has done a lot of research in Sanskrit and computers. How I was telling how Sanskrit is the best language for artificial intelligence. It is the most logical language, and no exceptions in Sanskrit. Everything is as it is. Manasekam, vachasekam, karmanyekam. Sanskrit is like that. Everything is in line, in harmony. And he has great papers to his credit, and we would request him another time to lecture our university students and staff on this. We're so grateful that you could make it today. I know you are busy on Dashami day, that is what I have been told. So we won't have you on Dashami evening, but we are very grateful that you have come and you have shared this wisdom with us. It energizes us, enthuses us. More than else, it reaffirms our conviction in our path of Vedanta, and I'm sure our children are feeling very happy and blessed by your most encouraging and most beautiful exposition of the Vedanta. And once again, we convey our gratitude, and we're grateful to you and your institutions. And still remember, having come there, we had a lot of discussion on this. Though it was the first meeting, but it never felt like a first meeting. Everybody else was wondering as if we have been knowing each other for a long time. We went on talking for so long. That is because we have a common thing to talk. Our hearts beat for the same reason, Vedanta, Advaita Vedanta. That is why we find it so happy to meet and talk to each other. At the same time, we also have Dr. Sharidhar Prasad. He's been a guiding light for our research programs, and with his great guidance and help, Almost 30 scholars have taken up PhD research in various fields, and all of them have been given the same guidance. What can you do for the society? How can you make the lives of people easier, comfortable, at the same time do not destroy the environment, do not cause harm to anyone, whether it is botany, whether it is zoology, whether it is computer sciences, whether it is anything else, physics, chemistry, mathematics, whatever research topics they have taken and chosen has very carefully been guided and decided so that it is very contributory to the society. And that is our Vedic thought also. Sarvaloka hite ratha means everybody should be happy. Sarva bhavantu sukhinaha, loka samasta sukhino bhavantu. All these thoughts are Vedic. Our culture thoughts these are, that we want to help, and therefore that also is the equal focus will be there on that field too. But we will definitely, as a university, should tread a new path. In fact, we should create a new path if there is not one before. How science and spirituality can go hand in hand without any conflict, and at the end both realize that they actually complement each other. They explain each other better when they are together than being separate, like the two sides of the coin. That would be the effort of the universities. Once again, our gratitude to Dr. Shashidhar Prasad, who is here to assist us in the academic programs, and also Acharya Ramchandra ji. He has been our hope for the Vedic studies now. I would expect him to come more often whenever he finds and help our children. Very, very happy, very grateful. We have a small music recital on the occasion of Navaratri, so we will come back again for the program.